Welcome to this Excel course. This time I'm going to talk about the two functions index and match and how we can use index and match to generate a more flexible version of the VLOOKUP or the HLOOKUP. Just as a short reminder, what does the VLOOKUP do? Well, if we have a table like this and I'm telling him, okay, look up here the name call and give me the savings. That's basically what the VLOOKUP does. If I'm doing the whole thing turned by 90 degrees, that would be the HLOOKUP, which I'm using. So if the table is basically name, gender, savings in the different rows. The problem of VLOOKUP, he will only look up the values here in the first column. If the values which should be looked up are in second or third column, and I want to have something returned from the first column, that's not possible with the VLOOKUP, and that's where the index and match combination comes to play. Well, what do the two functions do? Let's just have a look. Index by itself, well, wants an array, and then he wants a row number. So if I'm giving him the row number 3, for example, he returns the entry from this column, here, this entry 3. Match, on the other hand, if I'm using this, he wants a lookup value, so something to look up. For example, in this case, can look up for Eben, and where he should look this up. So, for example, I select this array here. Oops, I forgot. It needs to be exact match. So he looks up Eben. He finds Eben as a 5th entry into this array. Okay, how can I use those two functions to build myself something like a VLOOKUP? Well, I start with index, and I'm entering here the column where I want the result from. So if I want to have the savings being reported, I put the savings here. Then in the next part, he wants a row number. This row number I'm getting via the match function. So what should he look up? Let's say I put my value, he should look up the name down here. And he should look this up in this name array. And of course, as before, should be an exact match. Oops, I forgot one parenthesis. He added this. At the moment, if I'm just writing something here, he gives me not available because he doesn't find anyone by this name. But if I type in an exacting name, like call, he gives me the savings of call. If I type in, for example, face, I will get the value of face. So this works relatively dynamically in SOFO that he looks up which entry in this array is the word I'm looking for and then returns the corresponding entry from another column. That's what the index does. The important thing here, while I still have him look it up in the first column and report from the third column, without any problem, I could mix those up. I could have the name in the last column. So he could actually look here, report from the first column. And that's way more flexible than the VLOOKUP. Well, the advantage here in index and here in match, he just wants to have an array. So the array could be, as in this case, be vertical, but it could also be horizontal. So if I just switch whether I'm working vertically or horizontally, I can build my own HLOOKUP as well. And well, that's already all there is on this alternative version to the V and HLOOKUP, built by using the two functions index and match. So I say goodbye and see you next time.